Today we're going to be learning how to conjugate the present subjunctive tense in Spanish, and the word that the sentence that we're going to be using to conjugate today is "It is important that you study Spanish." Now we're going to be using the informal version of you, so that will be tú. Now in Spanish, this entire sentence would be translated as "Es importante que tú blank español." Now this blank is where we're going to have the verb estudies. And estudies is you study in the subjunctive tense. Subjuntivo. And the reason that this is in the subjunctive is because we're using an impersonal observation of es importante que, so it is important that you study. Now to conjugate from estudiar into estudies, there are 3 steps that we take. The first one is you conjugate estudiar into the yo form. And this pattern is the same for all regular present subjunctive verbs. So you go from estudiar to estudio, putting it into the yo form. Next, we're going to take off this o. So we're going to go estudi. That's all we're going to have right now. Remove the o. Then the third and final step is we're going to have estudi, and then we're going to add the opposite ending for that verb. So we have estudiar is what we're starting out with. And so instead of putting estudias, which would be you study, we're going to do estudies with the opposite verb ending. So we're going to add the opposite ending. To look at this again with a different verb, we can do the verb comprar, to buy, and you can say espero que compremos mucho en la tienda. I hope that we buy a lot at the store. So to go from comprar to compremos, you would do the same exact things, the same exact steps. You'd go 1, compro, putting it into the yo form. Second step, you would take off the o and you would go compr. And the third and final step, you'd look at it, and instead of comprar with the ar, you would do the e and then put it in the tense that we wanted. So to summarize again, the 3 steps that we use to conjugate into the present subjunctive tense is you put it in the yo form, put the verb, you remove the o at the end, and you add the opposite ending. And this is true for all regular verbs. Obviously, there are exceptions to this, and we'll be talking about those later.